What up, everybody? It's your girl July from Kickback Couture. Today, I'm gonna do a track breakdown for a track that I released last February, actually for Black History Month. It's called Walk the Talk. This is the cover art. You can check it out on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon, whatever the case may be. You can check it out pretty much anywhere. It's even on SoundCloud if you want to check it out. And so, how I got it on all these sites is through DistroKid. Now, DistroKid is like the best friend that you want to have in releasing music. It is incredibly affordable compared to some services I used previously, and it's super easy to use. I was actually able to even upload some of my older projects onto DistroKid, and this is what my dashboard looks like. So my single Rush, my short EP T virus, my short EV H virus, like everything I've done has been uploaded through DistroKid. So for H virus, what we're gonna go over is Walk the Talk, and that's this song right here. So we're gonna go over that, and even like on DistroKid, to go in depth more on what DistroKid is, I can even get royalties from songs that I'm featured on. So if another artist releases a song on DistroKid, they can put in my name, my email, actually the email that my DistroKid is registered under, and type in what percentage they would like to give me on the track, and I'll get a percentage of the earnings of that track. So for example, this Power song right here is fire. If you should definitely check it out. Off the Black Sands project, I get 15% of that. And then Check, featuring Vittorio, produced by Feedback, 17% for that. So DistroKid is really great. Even if you're not in the realm of uploading your music for people to listen to it, it's also great to organize your catalog. So let's say you finish a beat project or you finish a mixtape, you don't really care for people to hear, but you want a place to put it and keep everything organized, and you can access it easily wherever you are. DistroKid is great for that because it will be on Spotify for you to access, share it if you would like to, Apple Music for you to access, share it if you would like to, and Tidal. And I think those are the three most popular ways that people listen to music nowadays, and there are some anomalies in which you can see all of the different stores my songs are in right here. Even TikTok, like TikTok is blowing up. Get your song on TikTok. Now, if you also would like to upload to DistroKid, you can do that. So I'm in my Chrome browser. You go up to the URL and you type in distrokid.com/VIP/kickbackcouture. And the reason you put in Kickback Couture is because you're going to get 7% off your first year's membership. Coupon code, right? It's dope. You want to take any chance you can to save money, just like I do. So 7% off, you sign up, get it going, start releasing your music just like me. Now, let's go ahead and hop into this beat breakdown for last year's Black History Month track. Also, the single off of my EP. Also, the song that got me into a local newspaper. Also, I think a song kind of responsible for why I was able to do a TED Talk in a way. Let's get right into it. Now, the first sound I would like to go over, let's just go in order. So that would be this. It was a sample. And it might sound familiar to you. LMA also, or DJ Mustard also used this sample in an LMA song before. So if it sounds familiar, you might remember it from there. The next sound that comes in is a snare, and let's go ahead and jump into the rack. I put this snare in an NXT, and I made this beat probably 3 years ago, so the template is way different than how I work now, but this is what it was. Got a clap in there. And then I got some horns in there. So these horns are also samples. And these horns came from a Reason Refill. So to get to that, it would be in samples, free use, Reason Disco School. And let's see what the name of it was. I'll just type that in. 4C 4 C E flat horns. So these are the original samples I used in this beat. It brings back so many memories. So incredible refill. If you don't have it and you want some soul, you should grab that, because I did. It's fire. So what I ended up doing is bouncing it to audio, and I did this cool thing here. You can hear it in the hook. You might also be able to hear it being off, but listen closely. I think it was this last one. So I bended the pitch so that it would hit the note I wanted it to here. So really dope pitch shifting, kind of like melodyne effects that I did with this horn. You might be able to hear how off it is, but nonetheless it worked for me and I got the job done. So the next part is let's add this kick. I used an NNXT for it. And I have no idea where all of these samples came from, because I made it 3-4 years ago, so I can't go over the derivative of all of them. After that, I had this Vox. It's an Iris 2, because I used to use Iris 2 for my Vox and 808s back in probably Reason 8 or 9. Alright, and then after that we'll add in this hi-hat loop. No idea where this came from either. This song is 100% comprised of samples for the most part. Actually completely. Tubular bell here. And I actually used gross beat on this part of the beat, but unfortunately 32 lives is no longer supported by Mac, or vice versa, however that's supposed to be said, so I can't access gross beat in Reason anymore. But that would be half-timed, and if you go listen to the track on Spotify, you'll be able to hear exactly what happened in this section. Next we had another loop. Let's go ahead and solo that by itself. Dope loop, by the way. No idea where I got it from. Fire. And a tubular bell here. And that's basically all the elements that made up this track. Might sound complicated. You hear the chords, you might think, how did she play those chords? I have no idea how they played those chords, because it's a sample, which is the beauty of samples. Alright, so if you want to see a little bit more into the rack, I used to organize by melody. So my bell pad, which these aren't there, they were just in my template. These are what I actually used. The sample, which is just audio. The loops, this is all audio. Only thing that was a patch was this tubular bell. Then I had the kick, snare, and the Vox. Super simple. And then over here on my master, I put an Audiomatic on with the tape setting. I did a lot of mid-side EQing then, and I still do. So this is my mid-side EQ setup. I cut out these frequencies so that my vocals would fit later in the recording process. I use a stereo imager. Everything under 309 hertz is mono, and the rest is normal, original. I did mid-side compression as well. And then I put on 2 limiters to make it loud enough. Originally, I just had the beat by itself, and I wanted the beat to be loud enough without vocals. And then later on, I took off the second one, and it was loud enough for recording process. Didn't use any of these synths. And don't believe I use tape stop either. So the rest is just stuff hanging out in the template. So definitely go check out DistroKid if you haven't already. I 100% recommend it for releasing your music. I 100% recommend it for releasing your music. Obviously, that is what I personally use. That is where I release my music as well. I think you all should as well. So don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see next. I also have some t-shirts left from my TED Talk. If you want to check those out, actually, I'm wearing one right now. This is what it looks like.
July.
Pursue your passion. Again, don't forget to subscribe. It's all culture. Kick back and cook up.